Hello children, welcome to all here in your new class. How are you? I hope you all are fine. Today we will go through the discussion on the topic Understanding Diversity from your book Social and Political Life, Chapter 1. So let's start. We will study the chapter under the following headings. Diversity explanation, same task, different result, making friends, what does diversity add to our lives? Diversity in India, a case study about Kerala, a case study about Ladakh, unity in diversity, result of diversity followed by worksheet. In this slide, we will study about diversity. Diversity means difference. Difference, it doesn't mean the difference of looks. We know that by the nature we looks differently. But we have difference on the basis of our culture, on the basis of religion, on the basis of region. People come from the different reason, religion and the culture background. We all know that we are different as the chapter is going on and you children have the different understanding, you have the different IQ level, you have the different interest. So we can say that diversity enrich our lives in many ways. And diversity adds interest to our lives. So we can say diversity means difference. In this slide, there are drawings made by the different children. Actually, the same task was given to the children of same age. But see the result. All the drawings are different. This shows diversity. This is the result of diversity. Students, if I used to write you about yourself, I give you to write about your details, I hope your answers will be different. Why? Because this is the result of diversity. Now let's come to the next slide. In this slide, there are two boys. Their names are same. Samir 1 and Samir 2. Samir 1 is the newspaper seller and Samir 2 goes to school. But here it shows the diversity. How? Samir 1 is not so fortunate to go to school. Samir 2 is very surprised to see Samir 1 doing this work. Here it exists the diversity, but still they are friends. Now come to the next slide. Students, in this slide, the question arises. What does diversity add to our lives? Diversity adds interest and fun to our lives. Yes, but how? We can think about the society where there is no diversity. There are same color, same food, same game. Everything there is same. Then the life will be dull. And what our writers will write about if there is no difference, then the life will be a dull. And so we can say that diversity adds interest and fun to our lives. Next. In this slide, we will go through the diversity about our country, India. We all know that India is a land of many diversities. Here we have different languages. Here we have different food to eat. Here we have different festivals to celebrate and different religions. Though we have so many differences in our country, but still there is some things that we do in the same way. But if I ask you about the festival you celebrate, if there is any festival like Diwali, if I used to ask to you student, then you will tell me different rituals, different way of celebrating the festival, and this also shows the diversity we all have in celebrating our festival because we are from different backgrounds. Next, in this slide, the question arises why diversity comes to India. If we just talk about 200 years ago, it was a time when there were no aeroplanes, there were no trains, no cars. Then people used to travel from one place to another either on ships, on horses, on camels or sometimes on foot. Then what they were in search of? They were in search of new land. They were in search of new land. Because they were in search of new land, as soon as they were able to get the new land, they stayed at one place for a long time. They used to move from one place to another, either because of famines, because they were not able to get food. Sometimes they used to move from one place to another because of war. But at last, when they were able to get a new land, they used to make their homes on the new land. They started to build their new homes, and when they used to get a new place and they start building their homes, then we can say, because here people have come from diverse background, so we can say that it is the intermixing of the culture. So you can go through this slide. Now let's come to the next slide. We can see the differences also occur because of the area where people used to live. People living near the sea is different from the people living in the mountainous area. Now let's come to the next slide. In this slide, we will study about the case study of Kerala. Kerala is the narrow coastal state. It lies between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghat on the west coast of India. This is the case study of Kerala. Here, Jewish and the Arab traders used to come here for the trade in the spices. You can go through the slides. We can say that fishing in Kerala is the main occupation. Maximum people are dependent on this fishing work. We can say that the nets they are using are called China wala. China refers to the China because this net looks like the nets that are used by the Chinese. So this is also called the China wala. Are you getting the points? Fishing is the main occupation. The nets are used by the people is known as the China wala. Saint Thomas brought the Christianity in Kerala. You can go through. Vasco de Gama, the Portuguese sailor, used to come here in Kerala, and he was the one to start the trade of spices between India and the Western world. Ibn Battuta, the Muslim traveler, also visited Kerala, and he used to write the accounts of the Muslim people living here. So we can say, students, on the basis of the features about Kerala that we have still discussed, we can say the difference exists in the life of the Kerala people. So we have seen the difference because of the people who used to set their food on the land of the Kerala. Now come to the next slide. In this slide, we will study about the case study of Ladakh. You all like the place Ladakh. If I used to select you a place to visit during the summer vacation, then sometimes you will opt for the Ladakh. Ladakh is the cold desert. It lies in the mountains. It lies in the eastern area of the Jammu and Kashmir. But here vegetation grows very less because the climate is not very favorable for the cultivation of the crops, and people have to wait for the melting of the snow for drinking water in the summer season. Then you can see here how the snow is going to melt, and they have to wait in the summer season for drinking water, and they have to depend on the melting of the snow. Life of the people of the Ladakh. Here we can say the wheat and barley are the main crops they grow here. Here people are dependent on the sheep rearing, yak, cow and the goat rearing. But sheep rearing is the main occupation because from these are the special sheep and they produce the pashmina wool. People used to collect the pashmina wool and they used to transfer the wool to the Kashmiri people, and you can see from this slide Here the example of Pashmina wool has been shown through this picture. Now we can say that in Ladakh it is the mixing of the culture of India and the Tibet. So we can say that Ladakh is also known as the Little Tibet, and Buddhist is the main religion there. Buddhist was spread in Tibet by Ladakh. So we have seen the case study of Kerala and Ladakh. We have seen the different features of these two areas of India, and I think it is very clear to all of you. Now let's come to the next slide. In this slide we will study about unity in diversity. This phrase was coined by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. You all know about Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. We call Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru as Chacha Ji. His birthday, 14th November, is celebrated by us as the Children's Day. It was the time of the freedom struggle. The Britishers thought, as Indians are from the diverse background, so they can take advantage and can rule in our country, India. But what happened? Our diversity is not our weakness, but it is a source of strength. We have our national symbol. You can go through the slide. We have the national flag, national animal, national flower. These all symbols are the strength of our unity. We are united and we are not divided. And the same case was there with the freedom struggle, and we were united. The Indians came forward and they fought for the freedom of our country, India, and finally we got freedom. This is our unity in the diversity. And children, now let's come to the next slide. This is the result of diversity. Result of diversity explains that we have the rich taste of life, we have the different languages in our country, we have the different colors in our country, we have the different dance form as well as the different monuments. This is all because of the diversity we exist in our country, India. Now let's come to the next slide. This slide consists your worksheet. Students, you have to write the answers of the following questions in your notebook. You have to go through question 1. You have to draw a human figure and you have to color it also. Second question, you have to write about your information. At home, you speak in which language? Either in Hindi or English or any other language. Your favorite sport. At home, what you used to play, which game you used to play. You like to read books about fairy tales or on any other subject. Question 3, how Samir 1 and Samir 2 were different. Question 4, did these differences prevent them from becoming friends? You have to write, you have to go to the slides, and I have explained this very well. Question 5, make a list of the foods that you have eaten from the different parts of the India. Question 5, make a list of the languages besides your mother tongue that you speak at least 1 or 2 words of. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.